This is Vinnie, and this is the world according to Vinnie. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of trending news. I was going to do a completely different show, but there are some things that just popped up going on that I just need to make sure I covered today, and then I may do my show that I was planning on doing. I may do that tomorrow or Thursday. But this was important stuff. First of all, if you're just joining, make sure, I really appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel and then hit the notification bell so that way you know when I'm going to do some shows. And if you would hit the like button, that really will be helpful. Really appreciate that. So this is the world according to Vinnie, and we are going to be doing some trending news stories and have a story of the absurd for today. So let's get right into it. First of all, I was listening and watched Senator Rand Paul. He brought up a couple days ago, he stated that Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts has refused the request or invitation to preside over the Senate trial for President Donald Trump's impeachment. He says because the Constitution says it's for the president, not for a past president. So he just said, sorry, can't do it. But don't worry, because we have Senator Pat Leahy Senator from Vermont. Believe he is 422 years old today. No, I'm just kidding, but he's the presiding, been there forever. So he's going to take it over. Our buddy Chuck Schumer has said that the impeachment trial will happen the week of February 8th. That ought to just be riveting, since there's really no, any evidence, because I saw the video and the transcript of the video, but there was a call from Ukraine, and I saw the video, the transcript, and that didn't matter. So it's all political. It's a shame. It's just a sham. It's just a shame. Got to put some glasses on this next one, because this week in Davos, Switzerland, they have something that every year they do it since, I believe it's since 1971. It's the 25th through the 29th, the World Economic Forum, and I've got it. It's kind of small print, so let me put my glasses on. Sorry about that, but 3,000 of the world's elite descend on the ski town. It's a couple hours by train from Zurich, the World Economic Forum. And it began in 1971 as the European Management Symposium, an academic and economic management conference chaired by Klaus Schwab under a newly formed foundation. The first one in 1971 had 450 people. This year it's going to be about 3,000. Over the years it grew. The forum invited politicians for the first time in 1974 as European Commission leaders sought a way to chew over new ideas of integrating Europe's economics, and the world struggled with regional conflicts. And in 1976, the forum extended membership to CEOs and business executives for the 1,000 leading companies of the world. Now remember that, CEOs. Listen to that. The foundation became the World Economic Forum in 1987. The interesting part about that, I guess this year you're going to have John Kerry and former Vice President Al Gore. He's going to be waving the climate change banner, so it'll make us all safe. That's going to be interesting. The reason I bring that up, here, I guess they did a video, the World Economic Forum, kind of like a rah-rah video of how wonderful everybody there is. The CEO from Salesforce, a huge company, he, by the way, he's worth $8.2 billion. I forgot what his name was. I didn't write that down. Not important, because there's a bunch of billionaires over there. But he said the words, saw it on tape. and you can pull it up if you look up World Economic Forum. Actually, they have a YouTube channel, I guess. Capitalism is dead. That's what his big message. And he said that all large corporations will work with governments. The people will make changes, is what he's saying, that people must make change. But not the wealthy. Because if you have $8.2 billion, you don't care if taxes go up. You don't care nothing. Because you've got everything. It also, this great reset they mentioned. They keep saying it's going to be the great reset. And he's saying that private sector and public sector will be working together. Now, I guess why I'm bringing this up and why I'm concerned is I'm nervous that small businesses now are struggling because of COVID. By the way, the leader of China opened up the forum. Xingpeng Li, or whatever his name is. Wuhan, China. That's where this virus started. I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, but I guess there's an opportunity, and they see the opportunity. Because we have governors in mostly Democratic states that are just pushing down businesses. I've reached out to the Floyd County, Indiana health commissioner, and I asked the question because of the law or the rule that this health commissioner put in. And I said, so can you explain to me where the scientific data says that at 10:01, that's when COVID it really is out there. I still haven't heard. Don't worry, I'm going to be calling later this week because I'd like to know that. You're going to be hearing a lot of stakeholder capitalism. You're going to be hearing those words a lot. But as I said, socialism, I've said this a lot, and this is really bringing it home. Because the wealthy and the influential are the socialists. And I always say, socialism is for the people, not the socialist. And that's a prime example that what's going on. Now here's another thing I want to mention. They interviewed the CEO of Bank of America. And they're doing a survey and said that businesses should focus on these three things. And banking should be focusing on this. They should be focused on mental health, climate change, and social justice. I would like to have banks to focus on banking and getting returns for our monies. That's what I'd like. So, this is all kind of tying in. I'm going to tie this in, and I've got some, I'll end on a good note. But I heard the proposed COVID-19 recovery bill that our President Joe Biden is going to require $15 minimum wage rate for all businesses. Now, there was a article where a businessman said he's in Minnesota. He lived there until recently and saw what happened when Minneapolis enacted their own $15 minimum wage rate. It devastated their small businesses. Owners had to cut staff to stay above water. Long-standing operations like those famous, like different famous restaurants, opted to close their doors. They just said, we can't do it. Also happened in Seattle. If you look, Seattle, a lot of businesses were devastated. The Congressional Budget Office, a lot of politicians like to talk about the CBO. It's an advisory agency to Congress. Estimates that 4 million jobs will be lost on a national scale if the $15 minimum wage goes nationwide. Those businesses that do continue to operate will pass that added cost on the consumers. Duh. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? This, in effect, becomes a use tax is what is really going to happen. But when Congress pushes for such a bill, it favors unions who faithfully subsidize campaigns. Now, if you look in the news, a lot of unions are a little upset with President Biden because he stopped the pipeline. they're a little upset. Union dues are per rata charge based on union membership payrolls. So it's based and goes there. So the question is, do you want government to regulate business this way and hurt lower income employment? And have you, the consumer, pay the tax? Because they're going to raise things. There has been better ways such as waiving payroll taxes while the COVID pandemic lasts. Just a lot of interesting things. Businesses are suffering. It's terrible. And I'm a little nervous with this the Great Reset at the World Economic Forum. It's starting to kind of piece together. And I'm a little worried when an $8.2 billion wealthy person owning a corporation saying that capitalism's dead. Well, he already got his capital. He's already made his profit. He can care less about everybody else. He's moving on down the road in his jets and his boats and things. Last thing, going to end on something funny. I think this is all I've got. Yeah, I just wanted to touch base, but I had to end on this, and it's still trending news, political. Senator Chuck Schumer went in hard Friday on Donald Trump, saying he's responsible for the erection. Yeah, that's what he said. Schumer on the Senate floor when he was pressed for an impeachment trial. There's a conflict over when the trial will be held. Mitch McConnell wants to delay it for a few weeks, while many Democrats want the trial held immediately. Schumer said, there will be a trial, and when the trial ends, senators will have to decide if they believe Donald John Trump incited the erection. He realized what he said almost immediately and corrected himself with the word insurrection. Now, reaction from his colleagues, but Twitter certainly noted. One person wrote, well, it's an uprising. Another person wrote, there's going to be a lot of hard questions asking during the erection hearing. So, you know what? That's our politicians. That is who's running our country. And so far in the first week, going great, isn't it? Loving it. Okay, I had to talk about this because the World Economic Forum is meeting in Davos, Switzerland, and then just a lot of the economic things. So this is news of economics and trending, and then I had to throw in the Chuck Schumer funny stuff because you got to laugh because it's starting to get bad. All right, this is Vinnie, and this is The World According to Vinnie. I hope you come back. I'll have a couple more videos probably this week. We'll talk about some trending news, some fun stuff, absurd stuff. Just keep everything lively and have a good time. So please subscribe. I really appreciate that. Have a great day. This is Vinnie. See you soon.